what's up you guys? If you guys have been a long time subscriber, you know that I used to breed dogs, specifically my Australian Shepherd Stella. And if you continue to follow me on YouTube or Instagram or whatever it may be, you also know that I haven't been breeding dogs in a while. It's been over a little more than 2 years. So today I just kind of want to explain why that's been happening and if we're gonna continue. I started posting videos of Stella's pregnancy with her first litter. I did want to become a dog breeder professionally, and during those first videos, I mean, I was pretty much a beginner, barely learning. I've actually gotten a lot of questions throughout the years from you guys regarding dog breeding and stuff, and I've answered them here and there. But Heavy Loon said, I'm actually curious as to why you are no longer breeding. A year ago I found your channel and I loved it ever since. Is one of the reasons due to Stella not for certain being purebred? That is not the reason why. Stella is health certified, so she has to do a lot of genetic screening and stuff. So she is Australian Shepherd. That's not the reason. The reason is far more complicated. So I got questions like that, as well as questions saying why haven't I been breeding, or like have I moved on from it and stuff. Being a dog breeder is not easy by any means. It is a career and you have to kind of have that mentality of, I mean, money is involved even if you want to think of it or not. One of the reasons was a morality kind of ethic reasoning behind it. So being here on YouTube, people are going to agree with what you're doing and people are going to disagree with it. Not that I got a lot of hate from doing it, but the people that were saying negative things about breeding kind of got to my head in logical ways, not like hurting my feelings or anything. But you know, I always felt like I was doing this for the wrong reasons, even though I knew I wasn't. I feel like dog breeders only have so many things to go based off of, and my thing was for the love of the breed itself, you know, preserving the qualities of a breed, what makes, like in this case, Australian Shepherd and Australian Shepherd. There's not too many different reasons why people breed, I would think, you know, and one of the unethical reasons why people breed is for the money. Even though that wasn't my intention, I didn't even sell my dogs for that much money. I still felt like it was a lot of money to be asking for. Not only that, but on top of that, you know, you have to look at it as a business, whether you want to or not. You know, you can't go negative spending and caring for these dogs, and you know, that's just not how business works. And I guess that's why I also didn't like it, because I didn't like looking at it as a business, but I also liked breeding dogs, and backyard breeders don't have a good rep, so you have to make it a business. It's very against each other. Not that I got a lot of backlash from breeding, but it is a very controversial topic. You know, I'd get here and there the adopt don't shop comments, and even though those are very valid, they just are one mentality. You know, you have to think of it from very different perspectives, and a lot of people don't. And just getting comments like that made me think a lot about how people are. I made a Facebook group. It wasn't supposed to be what it turned out to be. It did turn out to be, you know, a place where people post their puppies and, you know, breeders and stuff like that. I originally wanted it to be just people posting their like dogs that they have now and sharing and, you know, talking about tips that you encountered as a dog owner. But it did not end up that way at all. As I let that Facebook group kind of make its own path, I've noticed that there's a lot of people who think it's okay to breed Merle and Merle. As you know, you never do that. They like justify ways to do it. I don't want to be a part of this community, I guess. Like, now I know why they're looked down upon. And I also have views where, you know, I could improve it and make them look better. Another thing is it's actually pretty hard keeping lines of breeding, I guess, like through the years, because you can either use your one female all the time, which I wouldn't want to do. I bred Stella 3 times and I feel like that was enough, which would mean that I would have to get another female. breed her 3 times and get another female. You know, typically a lot of people do use their female until they really can't mate anymore. And I find that just really sad, and I wouldn't want to do that personally. But then at the same time, I can't just keep getting another female dog and another female dog and another female dog, you know? So that's also when it comes into complications with that. That, and I just don't have time. After I graduated, I got a full-time job. I work a 9 to 5 or 8 to 6, I should say. It's not even a 9 to 5 anymore. I do work a lot, and I barely have time for videos, and I surely do not have time for keeping puppies. Like I said in the beginning, it's a lot of work. I treat it like work, and it is a lot of work. Raising puppies, it's a full-time job. It really is a full-time job, and I just don't have time for it. So to conclude this long video, just kidding, I don't think it's long. I just think that yes, it's something I love to do, but at the same time, that's why I stopped doing it. So many people do it, and for the wrong reasons. And just people's mentality of how a dog breeding business should work is something that I just don't want to be a part of anymore. It's hard to justify why people do it this way, and you're just a member of this community. And I wanted to stick through with it. It's something that I was really passionate about when I first started here on YouTube. I was a beginner, so I did make some mistakes, but I learned along the way, and I could have made a good example of what a good dog breeder should be and do, but it's a lot harder than it looks. And it does take a lot of emotional toll thinking all of that when you're dealing with a live animal and like its well-being, you know. I don't want it to be Stella's destiny, you know, to push out puppies. And at the same time, I just don't want to have to keep buying females to do so. But even with all that, I did go through the journey regardless, and I did learn a lot. So if you guys do have more questions, oh my god. So my Aussie just had puppies, and we were not prepared for it at all. What can I do if we both work from 8 to 5 jobs? When I did breed dogs, I had someone to help me, whether it was someone to help me. And I only worked 3 hours, 4 hours max during that time. So I kind of made it work, you know. I was like, this is perfect, I have enough time and this and that. If they're little tiny babies, the mom will take care of them most of the, let's say, like 4 weeks of life. After that, they can get into a lot of trouble. Sometimes you can hire somebody, like pet sitting, to look over your puppies, or like I said, ask your mom. I would ask my mom, or like a friend or something. I don't know, that's a hard one. I don't want to recommend leaving your puppies alone for that long. Even though it could be done, I don't think it's the proper way to do it. I also got another question. So this user said, I love how informative your videos are. I was wondering, how do you deal with being a young breeder? Like, how are people able to take you serious being young breeder when selling to older people? This is what I'm talking about. Especially when I was young and I was barely starting. Only on YouTube though is where people kind of were questioning me and stuff for good reasons. And I took it as just constructive criticism, you know, like I didn't know about genetic testing until someone brought it up, and I was like, oh, you know what, I'll look into that. In real life, I feel like people really don't care that much, which does not sound good, and it isn't really good. I feel like people should do their research, but I feel like they kind of felt like they could trust me because I would send them videos of my YouTube and things that I would do with my dogs, so they had a lot of like visual ideas of how I'm raising them. So that did help, I would assume. But a lot of people, yeah, I got a lot of comments saying, like in real life when they would come and see the puppies, like, well, you're so young, like, you know, and they would also say that, you know, did you barely start? And I'd be like, yes, I'm barely starting, but I feel like I know a lot for my age. They did rely on me a lot, and I did get a lot of friends that way and new contacts. As long as you're educated, I feel like they should be okay. And as long as a puppy looks like the breed that they want to buy, then they're not even gonna, they just want the dog, you know. But yeah, so like things like that. I do still have a lot of knowledge from my previous experiences, so if you guys still have questions and stuff, about dog breeding or anything like that, puppies related, of course I'm gonna do a video like this and help you guys out. I did want to launch my memberships or also do a free version. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm kind of dabbling in a lot of different things. I'm either thinking Instagram live streams where I set up, you know, a day, a time to just answer a bunch of questions for you guys on the live stream. And or YouTube has this membership thing where you do have to pay for it, but I can go as low as $1, which I do plan on making it. And I think we can do a one-on-one chat or like a course or anything like that. So if you think that would be helpful, then I would more than gladly do something like that. Not only that, but you know, something about breeding, like if you ever bred a dog or a lizard or like a fish, you just like love how it feels to create life when you do it right. I did get a betta fish and I did post it in my last video. My last video was about this. And I'm thinking of breeding fish. Huh? I do have some videos when I first started. I got my first dog at 5, so it's like plenty years of experience. Fish is another ballpark, and I feel like it is with experience and like even owning the animal. But I got my first betta fish here on YouTube, and you can see that video, and it was kind of hard to watch, and a lot of people have expressed that. But since then, I've gotten better. And you just live and you learn. I think I'm gonna breed fish just because it's something that I think I can do easier than dog breeding. So if you guys are interested, watch that video, tell me what you think. If you guys do catch me breeding one last time, it's Nova. It's going to be Nova, and it's only gonna be one time. I've been like dying and obsessing about her creating a batch of puppies, and I've been contemplating, you know, I should do it, I shouldn't do it for years now. So I feel like one day it's just gonna happen. I don't know when, but it's just something that I want to happen. It might not even happen. It's just something that I kind of want to share with you guys, where it's like, it's just, yeah, it's just been on the top of my mind, like always. I haven't even spayed her just because I'm like, I don't know if I should or shouldn't, you know. And that's also, I feel like, I don't know, it's just, I don't know what to think about breeding anymore. It's just, it's a very hard topic to come by, I think, especially now in a cancel culture kind of thing. It's just scary, you know, like you don't want to do the wrong thing. But yeah, if I do end up breeding in like 20 years, I don't know when it's gonna be. I feel like I'm gonna get canceled just for saying that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you guys in the next one.